didn't go to church like Gomer had asked, but he must have done some thinking, now he's taking on the task of snapping Gomer out of his religious raving. But Gomer's out to get Jed to see that he needs saving.
Howdy, Jed. Hey, come on in and set yourself down.
Thank you, Gomer. I just gotta go and find my guitar.
Well, howdy, Jed. Hey, come on in and sit down.
Oh, thank you kindly, Gomer.
Hey, what have you done to your mouth, Jed?
Oh, you mean here, Gomer?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you see, it were this here lawnmower. Hey, speaking of lawnmowers, Gomer, your yard sure do look mighty tidy as I come in.
Well, thank you kindly, Jed.
Yeah.
Hey, you know, I reckon I ain't seen you in a hog's age.
Oh, I ain't been that long, Gomer. I reckon it has been a couple of weeks, hey?
Yeah. You know, the last time you was here, you was telling me that the world was created by a big bang.
That's right, yeah. And you reckon that God done created everything, Gomer?
Yep. And you reckon that you was going to go away and have a think about it.
Yeah, Gomer, I did. Yeah, I went home and I had me a big think about all the things we'd been talking about.
Yeah?
And hey, you know what I reckon? I reckon that you ain't as stupid as you look.
Hey, thanks, Jed. I think. Well, hey, does that mean that you done changed your way of thinking?
Surely does, Gomer. Hey, do you know before, well, I used to be a atheist.
Yeah.
You know what a atheist is, don't you, Gomer?
Yeah, that's someone who don't believe in God.
Well, that's what I used to be, Gomer, one of them.
Yeah.
But not no more.
Well, does that mean that you believe in God now?
Nope. I is now a agnostic.
What's an agnostic, Jed?
Oh, Gomer, you must have heard of an agnostic. Hey, there's lots of us agnostic folks around. That fella used to be Prime Minister, Bob Hawke. He's a agnostic. A-G-N-O-S-T-I-C, agnostic.
Oh, you mean agnostic?
Well, that's what I said, Gomer.
No, but ain't an agnostic someone who believes, well, maybe there is a God, and maybe there ain't. They just can't make up their minds?
No, an agnostic, he is an individual person who believes that on the one hand there might be a God, but then again on the other hand maybe there ain't. You can see the difference, can't you, Gomer?
Yeah.
Well, like I was saying, that fella Bob Hawke, now he's a agnostic. Now he is one fine, upstanding feller.
Yeah, well, it won't do you or Bob Hawke any good being agnostic when you're finished being fine, upstanding fellows in this world.
What do you mean by that, Gomer?
Well, we all gotta die someday, even you and Bob Hawke. And if you don't belong to the Lord, well, I wouldn't like to be in your shoes.
Yeah, well, look, I'd like to believe in all of this stuff that you religious folk reckon you believe in. But hey, my mind is just too scientific for all of that stuff. And anyhow, Gomer, I reckon there's a lot of things that you religious folk believe in that you can't explain.
Aye.
Yeah, like for example, Gomer. Yeah. Hey, Gomer, where did God come from? I got you there, ain't I, Gomer?
No. Now, we believe that God is eternal.
Eternal?
Yep. Now, that means that he's with us now, he's always been around in the past, and he always will be in the future. But hey, you're right about there being things us Christians can't explain. Well, that's where our faith comes in.
Oh, that ain't no good to me, Gomer. I don't believe in nothing that I can't explain. Now, this stuff about God being here now and in the past and in the future all at the same time, it sounds like a lot of hogwash to me.
No, it ain't hogwash, Jed. We can't explain it because, well, we're locked in a space-time continuum.
Oh, Gomer. You've been reading in my scientific magazines, ain't you?
No, I ain't.
Well, them sure mighty fancy words you're sprouting. I sure wish I'd have said that.
Hey, don't you worry about that none, Jed. You listen. Near as I can explain God and time is to think of time as a big, wide, flowing river. Have you got that, Jed?
Yeah, Gomer. Time is like a big, wide, flowing river.
Yep.
Yep.
And you and me, we is in the middle of that river, floating along with it. Have you got that, Jed?
Yeah, Gomer. Yeah, me and you, we is in the middle of a big, wide, flowing river, just being carried along with it.
Yep.
But where's God, Gomer?
Well, God is like a person on the bank of the river on a motorbike.
On a motorbike?
Yeah. He can ride along level with us, or he can speed off up the far end of us, or he can turn around and go right back to where we started from, or even further back. But we are just stuck in the middle of the river being carried along with it. Does that help you understand any?
Oh, I don't know, Gomer. That all sounds a bit far-fetched to me. Hey, Gomer, what is up at the far end of the river, up ahead of us?
Oh, why there's a big 1,000-foot waterfall, Jed.
Oh. Hey, Gomer, me and you, we is in the middle of a big, wide, flowing river, and we's headed for a 1,000-foot waterfall.
You got it, Jed.
Oh, Gomer, that is a horrifying analogy.
Holy! Now you're using the big fancy words. That last one was a doozy.
Yeah, weren't it? I had me a good education too, you know, Gomer. Only I never let it go to my head.
Oh,
Hey, Gomer, this big 1,000-foot waterfall you're talking about,
yeah.
I reckon that's got to be a bit like when we're gonna die at the end of this life. Is that right, Gomer?
Yeah, that's right, Jed. Yeah, this old river of life we're in, it ain't going to go along like that forever. Sooner or later, we're going to come to the end of it, and then...
Over the 1,000-foot waterfall, hey, Gomer?
Ain't nothing surer, Jed.
Yeah. Hey, Gomer, how far up ahead of us, from here where we are in the river now, do you reckon that waterfall is?
Oh, Jed, I don't know that, because you can't see the end of the river when you're floating along in the middle of it. Only the person on the motorbike knows that, because, well, he's already